Well, we obviously got to start the game better, and there's a lot of things that are fixable, and we got to fix them. That said, last 3 or 4 or 5 minutes did a really good job of, staying focused on attacking, double teaming, running around. Gave ourselves a chance to tie the game. Had a really good look at a 3, and so that was real positive. And thought the guys just, really competed. We made mistakes. A lot of them were at inopportune times, but our spirit was pretty good, and we certainly can and will get better.
Last Friday, Miles talked about the defensive starting 5 feeling reactionary. Did you feel like early in this game it was a similar experience, and how can you correct that earlier going forward?
I got to look at it, but we had 5 fouls on us and they had 0, and so they were obviously aggressive and we didn't react well, and just using the word react is not what you want to do. You don't want to be reactive. You want to be an agitator, not a reactor. And so, fourth quarter down the stretch, we were agitators, and not reactors. And we're going to learn some things from watching the film, and we got to apply what we learn and get better. And but I like our mixture of guys. A bunch of guys that really compete, and pull for each other. And it's a tough loss, but we'll learn from it.
Your first takeaway from Ben, the way he played?
Look, the possibilities are, amazing with him. But as the game went on, he's just going to learn a lot. He's going to learn a lot about, even though he can go get a shot anytime he wants, sometimes the thing to do is move the ball and move yourself, because great players moving around the floor really positively influence his teammates. You watch the way guys play Buddy, it's the same kind of thing. I watched the way guys played Reggie here for years. Those guys changed the geometry of the game. Nowitzki, same thing, This is Ben's first game, but he has tools that really nobody else on our team has, and that's exciting. And I thought he played pretty well. He still had 19 points, and I thought his decision making was really good at times, and other times, needed to be a lot better. But he's still, I think he was, he's +9 and had 19 points. So, he's a great pick for us. And, Kevin did a great job on that one. And he's obviously a crowd favorite. When I put him in the game, the place went crazy. And when he was introduced, in the pregame introductions, the place went crazy. So, a lot of good things to come for him, no question about it.
What does the defense need to do better, specifically when Miles isn't on the floor?
Avoid fouling. That's the first thing. And we got to contain better. We made really some very bad mistakes on switches throughout the game that gave them layup after layup, and we got to get that. We got to get that fixed.
I assume right after the I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Same question. What happened with Miles?
I wasn't out there. Ask Agnes. He saw it. He ended up stepping on somebody's foot out there and sprained his left ankle. The good news is it's not considered severe or serious. The bad news is that, he's busted his butt since January to get to tonight, and it was very disappointing for him. But, I told him, after it happened and then out on the bench right before the game started that, we can't overthink this. He just got to clear his head and concentrate on getting healed up, and we'll get him back when he needs to, when it's the right time for him to be back. But it's just unlucky, just a fluke thing. Don't know. I think was it his lip or his nose? Eye, nose, lip. It was a facial situation.
Facial contusion.
Is Haliburton, I mean, it's only one game, but do you sense that he's going to hunt his shot a little bit more this year?
I think he's going to do what's needed on a night-to-night basis. So, he's pass first. He's a pure pass first point guard all the way. But, they got off to a 6-0 start. We had 2 bad possessions. He came down and pulled up for 3 and knocked it in, because that's what we needed at that time. So I think he's going to be that kind of player. I liked his game. Defensively, when they were, hunting him in switches and stuff like that, as the game went on, he sat down and fought those situations and did a better and better job. And so, we got to help him as much as we can. But the high-level players on every team are going to be put in situations where they got to play at both ends. So, we gotta help him out there.
Bennedict, Coach Carlisle just said huge ovation for you when you checked in. What was that moment like when you entered your first NBA game?
It was great. It's always been my dream to play in the NBA. Stepping on the court today was amazing. And I'm looking forward to come back on Friday.
What did you think of the defensive struggles you guys had in the first half and the way you corrected them in the second half? What do you feel like you guys changed, and how can you do that more effectively earlier in coming games?
Pretty much we just got to stick to the plan, stick to the defensive plan, and knowing who we guarding. Like if it's a shooter, Bradley Beal was hot early, so we just got to do a better job staying in front of him and adjust as quick as we can.
What did you think of the way you clicked with the second unit in this game? You guys were part of the big comeback in the second quarter as well as late in this game.
For sure. It was good. Like I said before, defense is what gets us the offense. So we just got to be locked in on defense, and that's what's going to get us on offense.
The fact that you had a chance there at the end of the game with the ball, in your hands and the game on the line, how great of an opportunity is that for you to be in situations like that? And presumably you're going to continue to get situations like that throughout the course of this season, whether they go the way that you want or not, just kind of the growth potential that comes with moments like that.
It was good. It was good, knowing that my coaches and my teammates trust me. I left Arizona with doing that, and I come here and keep doing the same thing. So it's great having teammates that trust me, but also I'm ready. I'm ready. It's 2 minutes in the game or 30 seconds. I'm the same player. I'm stepping with the same confidence. So having the ball in my hands, I'm not stressing. I'm gonna keep doing what I do.
Anybody else? Tony, go ahead. Yes, can you guys pass the mic down to Tony right here?
Played with Tyrese a lot more tonight than you did during the preseason. How do you feel like you guys fit together, and how do you feel like you guys played together in this game?
We did good. We did good. We didn't have a lot of minutes, together, but looking forward to have a lot of minutes with Tyrese. He played amazing tonight. He's had some great looks. He scored the ball, obviously, and it was really fun. Just playing with him and the rest of my teammates.
This is obviously a moment you dream about and such. How much did it live up to the expectations? Is this something you kind of like mentally prepare for going into tonight, earlier in the day? For sure.
To be honest, stepping every game like it's a big game. Preseason, summer league, my first NBA game. I got the same mindset. I prepare the same every time before a game. So I'm just locked in before every game, trying to go out there and give my effort on defense and on offense.
And your college coach Tommy was sitting courtside. Have you talked with him in recent days or tonight?
For sure.
Any message from him?
I was just with Tommy. It's great, having coaches from Arizona, making the trip to Indy and supporting me, and I've had ups and downs with them, so they know my struggles, but it's good seeing them coming to support tonight.
Tyrese, were you looking for your shot a little more this game than maybe last year?
Yeah, for sure. It's an emphasis of mine all summer, so, just be staying aggressive.
How do you do that? Does that feel natural to you, being more of a pass-first player? Do you feel like you kind of have to force yourself to do it more?
Nah, I think I spent the whole summer kind of working on my mindset, my approach to the game of basketball. So it's not a work in progress anymore. It's becoming who I am. So, it's shifted as the summers went on, and, here we are.
Can you take me through that mindset shift a little bit? Because last year, after a couple of games, you talked about how you feel like you needed to be more aggressive. What did it take for you to kind of get over that hurdle mentally?
A lot of different things. I think mentally getting over, kind of having to have self-talk, talking to people that I love and hearing their opinions. Truthfully, I don't get many compliments these days from, whether that's my trainer or, people around me that really love me. It's not like a negative thing. They're just, they understand the task at hand, the ultimate goal of my career and where I can go. And so, I'm sure I'll hear about, not being as aggressive as they wanted me to after this. So it just comes with it.
Last Friday, after the Rockets game, Miles was talking about how he felt the starters were too reactionary on defense. In this game, 36 points for the Wizards in the first quarter. Did you feel like that was the case early, and how can you correct that in future games?
Yeah, I think we had some mental errors, defensively to start the game. They were really attacking, getting downhill, getting whatever they wanted. Porzingis, he can change the complexion of a game, right, with his ability to shoot the ball over anybody in the world with his length, and Brad Beal's one of the best scorers, in the game of basketball. So, they got a lot of talented players over there. They got a lot of guys who can put the ball in the hoop. So, we just had to have a reality check after the first quarter. We got punched in the mouth for sure, and we responded, and we kind of teetered between like 5 to 11. It felt like the whole game until that last push at the end. But it's just something we got to watch in film, see where we can get better. I mean, to give up 36 in the first quarter, that shouldn't be a reflection of us. Give up 24 in the second quarter, that's more like it. You know what I mean? Just consistently staying there. 30, like you said, 36 is way too much in a quarter.
Tyrese, Miles gets hurt pregame. Duarte goes out late. Externally, it just feels like an unlucky opening night. How does it feel from your seat?
It happens, You got to be ready for punches that are thrown at you. I'm sure Goga wasn't prepared for the minutes he was going to play tonight. And with Miles going out, he had to step up for us, especially with guys getting in foul trouble early. Guys just got to be ready for their number to be called. We got a lot of youth, a lot of guys that need to be prepared, and hopefully we get Miles back, this weekend for the next two.
What was your impression of Mathurin's debut? Obviously, he was, really hot to start there, and then at the end, he has the, ball in his hands with the game on the line. What have you seen from him, even in these first couple of weeks?
Yeah, I think the benefit of Ben is he's ultra aggressive. What he was drafted to do is, put the ball in the hoop. He's a very aggressive basketball player, can score in a lot of different ways, and so seeing him score that way is not surprising. He's been doing it through college, doing it, in training camp. It's not a surprise. That's who he is. So, love him being out there. Really excited for him. When you first get into the NBA, that first game, after it's like a weight's lifted off your shoulders. Like if I got my first bucket, got scored on in the NBA for the first time, got all these things happen to me for the first time. So now it's just basketball after that. So he could take a deep breath, and now we can just keep going.
Tyrese, can you describe kind of what the locker room is like? Miles comes in, clearly isn't good. How do you guys react with such a sudden change like that, and who did you need to step up?
Yeah, I think we just had to be prepared, right? I think guys got to be ready to play. The complexion of the game changes without Miles on the floor because of what he can do defensively, space the floor offensively. So it changes, but guys were ready. I thought TT did a good job stepping in the starting lineup. Jalen had to move to the 5, which isn't really his natural position. Isaiah played more. Goga got minutes that, who knows if he would have had Miles played. Guys were ready. We stepped up to the challenge. And KP ain't no walk in the park, for, fives that got to be ready. And if he does play Friday or doesn't play, we just got to be ready. And that's something we've preached all training camp. Just got to be prepared when your number is called.
All right, Jeremiah, thank you. TJ, whether it was moments where you were influential in huddles or on the floor, that late comeback, from your perspective, what sparked it? How did you guys get back in the game?
Just moving and playing free and finding one another. We got some stops when we needed to down the stretch, and this group showed we're not going to quit. And I was very proud of the effort. We all were. We just didn't make enough plays down the stretch. We're not going to live and die by whether the free throw went in or if Tyrese's three went in. We had many plays before that to win the game.
Obviously a really tough start to opening night when you get the news that Miles won't be out there. How challenging was that physically, mentally to get through right out of the gates?
Yeah, it was unexpected. But, it's that next man up mentality. We for sure missed Miles out there tonight, and hope he gets back quick. But, I feel like the guys that were behind him stepped up and played really well tonight.
From a chemistry perspective, how would you evaluate where this team is now and where it needs to get to?
Yeah, it's obviously early, so we're still figuring out, where guys are going to be and where guys like to hit the ball, and that's every team has that. And this group wants to make the extra pass, wants to work hard on defense, and we're only going to continue to get better. And we have a ton of unselfish guys in here, so I expect us to continue to get better in those areas.
And as you look to bounce back here, how hopeful is it to be able to stay at home, have another couple of home games coming up here?
Yeah, I think 3 in a row, right? Yeah, it's great. The atmosphere was great tonight, and love seeing the fans come out and playing in front of them. We have such a home court advantage when we're here. It's a tough place to play, and to have 3 in a row, I don't think we've had that in my time here. So really exciting for sure.
All right, that's TJ McConnell. We'll send it back to you, JJ.
This game as a rookie last year.
I feel like it's a completely different experience. Like, it's just a different feel to the game. It's just like, I feel like last year was it was a lot of nerves and stuff, but now it's like I'm just going out there and it just feel like natural to me. So.
How do you feel like your role changed when you learned that Miles was not going to play in this game?
I knew I had to be ready. I knew I had to be ready for any opportunity that was coming my way. I know I played a lot in the first half, like that second quarter. I played a long stretch and most of the first half too. So first quarter. So I know I just had to come in and just try to impact the game as much as I could, whether that was rebounds, blocking shots, and just trying to help my team.
The defense felt forceful at times and really poor at other times in this game. What did you sense is the difference in what made you guys go down bad at times in this game?
I feel like when we're together as a team, I feel like, it's not a lot of teams that can, score on us and stuff. I feel like we got a good defensive team all around. I feel like if we communicate more, just help each other more, I feel like we can do way better.
Last one for me, but Tyrese talked about a lot last year. He needs to be more aggressive after games, and this summer he said he worked on something like that. And did you see that from him in this game, and do you feel like that's the best thing for you guys on offense?
Yeah, of course. Tyrese is a hell of a player. He showed that tonight. He's getting to his spots, just feeding the ball, taking great shots like that shot at the end. 9 times out of 10, I'm living with that shot. Like, I've seen all the work he put in this summer. That's a good shot in my opinion. So.
What was your reaction to Miles being out tonight? How did you find out?
I was sort of hurt because you can just tell like he was just really excited about the season. You could tell he put a lot of work in. He lost a lot of weight compared to last year, and he was just getting back. Last year was tough for him. He didn't play like the second half of the season. So this is like his comeback season. Just to see him go down, I was hurt. I'm sending prayers and stuff his way. Help he could recover.
I know you didn't play with him a lot in the preseason, but did your role change at all? Did you feel that you had to take on a bigger responsibility playing center with him out?
Yes and no. I know my role. Whether Miles is in or out, I feel like I'm just going to impact the game as much as I can. I don't feel like my role changed at all. So. What kind of
instances did Miles' absence affect the defense?
I feel like a lot of the shots that he got in the paint, Miles would have helped a lot with a blocking that or making the defense pass out or something, get a better shot than coming in the paint. I feel like he just affects the ball well on defense. So.
What type of challenge is it going against Porzingis? It's probably more unique matchups you're going to have this year with his size and shooting.
Just learning how to play with my hands, but know when to like just let it go. Like there was a couple of times where like that was one of the big emphasis that Coach was giving us was like when Porzingis turn around, don't put your hands right there on his jump shots, don't hit his arms, none of that. So I mean I think that was a big emphasis for everybody in this game. I feel like we did a pretty good job as far as just playing up on him and stuff. So not falling.
Appreciate it.